Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everybody to Friday Night Leadership. You know, this is the most exciting night. I always love the Friday Night Leadership because, you know what, over the last 21 years of being in this industry, the Friday Night Leaderships have made the biggest impact on so many people's lives. I look around the industry today and I see so many people's lives that have been touched and changed because of the Friday Night Leadership. And it's really the centerpiece of everything that we do. And you look at the core global system, everybody right now is talking about the core global system, the core global system. This right here to me, I firmly believe is the centerpiece of everything that we do. So we're fired up here tonight. We obviously June 23rd, 2017, one of the most amazing days that we're going to have. I just cherish this day. I'm a big fan of June 23rd, and right now there's such an amazing. This is just an amazing time, and as you look at what's happening right now, I really love this information. I want to jump into this a little bit. How to take advantage of it. People ask me, they say, Tim, you know what? Hey, how do you take advantage of the Friday Night Leadership? And you know, my background when I got involved in this industry. You know what, February 15th of 1996, I was at a point in time in my life where I was really looking for a change for the better, right? I was working at a go-kart track. I was making minimum wage. I was scared for my future. I was struggling in school. I didn't see myself even graduating high school. I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Well, good fortune came my way. My brother-in-law called me up and he said, Tim, guess what? I lucked out. He goes, I met this really wealthy guy. This guy's rich. He's easy to talk to. This guy's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. You've got to meet him no matter what. I said, man, I can't. I'm busy. I don't have time to go meet any rich people. He said, Tim, whatever you're doing, trust me, you have to drop it. And I said no. And he kept calling me, and he called me 12 times. And finally, I came out and I saw an event. And what happened was when we got that business, I said, look, I love this. I want to get started. I said, man, if I could make it a couple thousand extra a month, that'd be great. No one ever could have convinced me. No one ever could have convinced me, you know what, that 21 years ago that I'd be able to make the money that we've been able to make now in this industry over the last 21 years. It has been a dream come true to be able to be in a position to be able to have the freedom, to be able to do the things that you want to do. That's what it's about. And that's what Friday Night Leadership is all about. And as we started to get our organization growing back 21 years ago, a friend of mine, I got started, and him and I were really serious about growing. So we said, hey, every Friday night, instead of going out and partying, I said, why don't we just go over to my house and start watching Jim Rohn videos? And we would go over to my apartment, and we would watch these Jim Rohn VHSs. And we would do that every Friday night. And we started telling a couple of our friends about it, and they started to come, and we would all get our team together at my apartment, and we would watch Friday Night Leadership. And then we would go to the Saturday's events. And that's really the birthplace of the Friday Night Leadership. And now since then, I've been doing it now for the last 20 plus years, and there's been so many people that have duplicated it all around the industry. And I get so excited because tonight I'm going to share with you how to take advantage of the Friday Night Leadership. Okay, the first thing is this: you want to be in a quiet location. You want to make sure there's no distractions, no interruptions, right? You want to make sure that you're 100% dialed in, right? That you're 100% focused on this information. That's number one. You want to have your journal ready, right, and take the most notes. One of the beliefs that I have is whoever takes the most notes, they're going to be the ones that are going to make the biggest impact. And obviously, next Friday night, you want to gather your team together, right? Get your team together and do like I did, right? I started to call my buddies and we'd watch Jim Rohn. Get your buddies together and watch this Friday Night Leadership as you start to grow your team and your organization, and just make it a culture, make it a thing that you do no matter what. And don't let anybody ever miss out on tonight's training. So even tonight, man, you still got a couple agents. You got to tell them, hey, look, you got to get dialed into coreglobalsystem.com, right? You got to get started on the Friday. You got to get to the FridayNightLeadership.com. Go to www.FridayNightLeadership.com, and we're going to make some incredible things happen. But let's dive in this information. I'm getting excited, and I really love this information. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the promotions. Everybody knows right now there's a double promotion right now that's in place. It's got everybody bouncing off the walls, right? There's an opportunity for you to be able to make an extra $41,500, okay, between now and obviously August. And we're going to share with you today. Obviously, tomorrow we've got a big training, a big regional Super Saturday event that we're going to be doing in El Paso tonight. At the end of this, we're going to show you how you can actually access that information and you can listen in live and get that training. But there's a double promotion in place. Everybody's fired up about that. We're going to be talking about tomorrow how to get $41,500 in your pocket, and you want to make sure you take advantage of that. And I love this information because I truly believe that, that you've got to be able to have a list, right? You've got to be able to put together your prospect list. And at the end of this, in the comment section of this video, there's a little link that you can click on, and you can download that prospect list. But I know what everybody's saying. They're saying, man, I love this information. I love being a part of these Friday Night Leaderships. I love this information. And I'm really ready to win, right? And obviously, everybody knows CCon's coming up. Everybody's excited about that. August 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. We're all going to be together, obviously, in Las Vegas. It's going to be a life-changing moment for all of you. But let's dive into why Secret. I know everybody's thinking right now, hey, look, you know what? Why Secret? Why is Secret so exciting? Why do I want to take advantage of this? And there's some things that are happening right now in America that we've got to pay attention to. Right now, things are changing, and you got to ask yourself. Right now, there's a study that I just found out about. It was released on May 30th, 2017, by Oxford University and Yale University. They did an interesting paper about the fact that there's advances in artificial intelligence, and really what it's going to do is it's going to transform modern day life by reshaping transportation, health, science, finances, and the military. And when will AI exceed human performance, right? And this is from obviously like the Department of Political Science and the Future of Humanity Institute. And I love this information. I want to get into this, okay? Because this is what they found out is that 45% of American occupations, okay? They said that 45% of America's occupations will be automated within the next 20 years. So within the next 20 years, what we're going to see is we are going to see that 45% of American occupations are going to be automated, that people are going to be out of jobs. We're going to be seeing it as soon as 2027. Okay, everybody in the transportation industry is going to be they're going to be looking for new employment, and that's over 10 million people. And 50%, listen to this, including my state, California, but over 50% of the states in America, the number one job, okay, the number one job in over 50% of the states in the United States, okay, is guess what? Is truck driving. Okay, that's that you're looking at the transportation industry, just truck driving alone, but overall that entire industry, about bus drivers, school bus drivers, public bus drivers, taxi drivers, Uber employees, right? They have over 600,000 people that are working in that industry. All those people, that industry is going to be wiped out, and computers are going to take over. Okay, artificial intelligence is going to take over. It might sound like science fiction, but this is not even open for debate. Okay, this is happening without a shadow of a doubt. All retail jobs, right? You can go to, there's McDonald's right now you can go to, and there's robots making it sounds like we're at the Jetsons, right? But robots that are making hamburgers, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, this is going to happen. Somebody goes, well, I don't like this, Tim. Well, guess what? It's not a matter of liking it. It's a matter of making sure you're in a position to be taken care of financially. Okay, all the surgeons, right? People that, if you have kids that want to grow up and become doctors, you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with them and let them know that there's not going to be any surgeons, okay, by 2053. Okay, and machines are going to be capable in the next 120 years of taking over all human jobs. Did you catch that? All human jobs. Now, they say in the next 120 years, okay? Elon Musk says it's going to be a lot sooner than that. He goes, because the artificial intelligence, okay, of the robots that they're developing, it doesn't grow like we know of growth, okay? It grows, it has linear growth. And that's the reason why he has a SpaceX program. I'm not going to talk about it because if some of you aren't really paying attention to what's going on, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But I just want to make sure that you realize that the relationship marketing is so important. We're going to talk about that tonight to make sure that everybody is going to be taken care of. Everybody's going to be taken care of with Secret. So let's move forward and talk about this, right? This is a big, okay? I love this information because this is so exciting, right? But I love this information so much. So let's talk a little bit about it, right? I want to break this down a little bit, okay? And there's some books that you want to read. I just today, literally, The Rise of the Robots by Martin Ford. That was a New York Times bestseller, and it was the business book of the year. I just got that book in today. I can't wait to read it tonight. Super Intelligence by Nick Bostrom. He's actually the head of Oxford University, and he talks about the past, the dangers, and the strategies. And Elon Musk says that's a must read. He goes, you got to read that, okay? And I'm excited about getting that book here in the next few days. Our Final Invention, that's a great book, okay, from what all the experts are saying. I just picked it up here. Artificial Intelligence and the End of the Human Era, okay? It talks about how there's some things that are happening, right? The Future of Profession is a great book from what I've understood. I just picked all these up. I just bought all these books here, and one of them already came in today. But the Future Professions is how technology will transform work and human experts and it's a great book. And then obviously Economic Singularity, how artificial intelligence and the death of the capitalism, okay? And these books are out there right now. And, somebody goes, why aren't they talking more about it in mainstream media? Well, we kind of know about mainstream media and how that's controlled. And, you hear people talking about, building a wall, right? Let's build a wall, keep out immigrants. That's, guys, we don't need to worry about immigrants, okay? We need to worry about robots, okay? Robots are going to be doing everybody's job. So I think they're getting everybody focused on, oh, yeah, watch out for those immigrants. I think you got to be focused on what the reality is, okay? Over the next 10 years, you're going to be seeing, You know what? And you talk about the retail industry, right? You're talking about 13 million Americans. Just in the next 10 years, that's 23 million Americans. Guys, you understand that? How big of a number that is? Okay? That's like, dude, that's so big. Okay? That is so big. So we've got to make sure that we set ourselves up to win. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So let's talk about some things that are happening right now. Okay? I want to talk about what's happening right now and what's happening to job security. Here's what you got to realize is that 16.6% of eligible workers are currently either out of work or they're underemployed. 65% of Americans earn less than $39,000 a year. Listen to this. Watch this. Only 56% of recent college graduates were even able to find work. In 1950, more than 80% of all men in the United States had jobs. Today, guess what? Less than 66% of all men in the United States even have jobs. Okay, more than 56,000 manufacturing facilities in the United States have been permanently shut down since 2001. Okay, and we already know what's happening there. You know, with the manufacturing facilities. Okay, I mean, we've already seen it happening. Right, this is going on. This is not like, you know, you look at in 1900. In 1900, 46% of Americans were, guess what? They were working in the farming industry. Today, less than 2%. Okay, these shifts have already taken place before, but this is going to be the biggest shift with obviously our artificial intelligence and these robots that are being designed right now. And we got to make sure that we are paying attention, because this is what's happening in job security. I know, and everybody's thinking, hey, I love this information. I love this information, but let's talk a little bit about where's the American dream. This right here is phenomenal information, right? Every 3 months, 250,000 new families enter into foreclosure. Okay, 250,000 new families enter into foreclosure. Today, more than 1 million public school students, guess what? In the United States are homeless. Oh my God. One child in every classroom in America is, guess what, at risk of losing his or her home because their parents are unable to pay their mortgage. The bottom 40% of income earners in the United States now collectively own less than 1%, guess what, of the nation's wealth. The bottom 40%. That's unbelievable, right? The average credit card debt per household is over $15,000. So people right now are alarmed, okay? People are alarmed, and that's what's going on with the American dream. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I love this information, right? But it's what do we do about it? What's the solution? Well, Rich Dad Poor Dad, a best-selling author, Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote an unbelievable book, okay, called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Many of you have read it, right? And he also then followed up with another amazing book called Cash Flow Quadrant and the Prophecy. And the prophecies talks about Noah's Ark, right? And what's happening there. And I'm telling you, this is what's going on. Okay, I mean, right now is the time to build your ark. And obviously my favorite book of all time is The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, because that's a book all about our industry. But he says there's 4 different type of quadrants. You have the E quadrant, okay, and you have the S quadrant, right? The E quadrant is the employees. We all know about that, right? You have no leverage, right? You know, only 5% of the wealth is controlled by the employees, okay? And the amount of active work is determines income. They trade basically hours for dollars. Now, the self-employed people, it's pretty much the same thing, okay? But they paid on a job. There's no leverage. That's 95% of the population, right? 95% of the population are either, guess what, employees or self-employed, okay? Now, the 5% of the Americans are on the other side of the quadrant, right? The B&I, the business owners. That's where you own a system. That's what Secret is, right? We own a system. And you get the opportunity to be able to do what? To be able to leverage, okay? You got to be able to leverage, and that's the key, right? And we get to be able to, you know, people work with you, and you get an opportunity to be able to make money. And that's what's so beautiful about what we do. And investors, right? That's where you have your own investments are making you money. And that's obviously 5% of the population over here, but that's where 95% of the wealth is. That's where your money works for you. So I love this information. I want to break this down a little bit more, okay? I want to break this down a little bit more. I love this information. And I really know everybody's saying the same thing, right? Why direct sales, right, Tim? Why direct sales? Here's the deal about this. Is the leading attorney, right, Jeffrey Babner. He has a book called Network Marketing, What You Need to Know. But he says every week more than 55,000 people in the United States sign up as network marketers. That's over 400,000 people worldwide, okay? Over 400,000 people worldwide. Okay, listen to this. In excess of 10 million people in the United States alone are distributors for, guess what, network marketing companies. 1 in 10 households in America today have a direct seller. Throughout the world, there are more than 40 million network marketing distributors. Okay, 40 million. I love this information. 40 million network marketing distributors. Okay, he says that direct selling is offered in over 140 countries. Direct selling has grown more than 91% over the last 10 years, and it currently enjoys around, now it's well over this now, but this is over, and when he wrote this book, it was 30 billion and 100 billion worldwide. It's much bigger than that today. It's one of the fastest growing industries. okay, is direct selling, but still less than 1% of the world's population has even started in direct selling it. And obviously what's happening with obviously the robots doing everybody's jobs, there's going to be a major migration into network marketing, a major migration into our industry. Former Bill Clinton says, hey, right, direct sales industry promotes core values all around the globe and gives people a chance to be able to make the most of their lives. He's a raving fan. Who else is talking about it? Man, I love this information. Here's what we're finding out. British Prime Minister Tony Blair says direct sales is a tremendous contribution to the overall prosperity of the economy. Man, I love this information, right? Listen to what happened. Warren Buffett called direct sales the best investment that I ever made. In 2002, Warren Buffett purchased a direct sales company called Pampered Chef because he loves direct sales. He loves it. Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson, the Virgin mogul, right? Guess what happened? In 1997, he launched a network marketing company called Virgin Cosmetics. Now it's called V at Home. So we're seeing it happening right now. Who else is excited about it? Well, in 1991, Rich DeVos, billionaire, guess what happened to him, right? Rich DeVos, he guess what he did, right? It's pretty amazing. But Rich DeVos, he said, hey, look, you know what, man, he owns a company called Amway, and he said, hey, I'm going to buy the Orlando Magic, right, in 1991. This is what happens. I love this information, right? And guess what happened? In 2012, there's a network marketing company called Herbalife. They partnered up with the LA Galaxy on a 10-year sponsor deal to be the official sponsor. Listen to what happened. I love this information. Listen to this. In 1991, Jorge Vergara, right, started OmniLife, a network marketing company in Mexico. In 2002, he bought the soccer team, Chivas, right? And billion. This guy's a billionaire. Guess what happened, right? May 14th, front page of USA Today. It was right on the front page of the money section. It says, want a recession-proof job? You want a recession-proof job? Why would you want a recession-proof job? Well, because the robots are going to take your job if you're not paying attention, right? You need to be thinking about direct sales, okay? The writing's on the wall. You need to pay attention, right? Here's what this was unbelievable. In July 24th, Wall Street Journal wrote an article, why now is the prime time for direct selling, okay? Why right now is the prime, there's never been a better time for direct selling than now. The article is about why a bad economy, okay, and why in a bad economy network marketing has always done extremely well. Okay, it's unbelievable. Let's talk a little bit about this, okay? In that same article in the Wall Street Journal, right, there was an exclusive interview with Paul Zane Pilzer. You guys all know who he is. He's an two-time presidential economic advisor. And in that, he says, word for word, he says, direct sales is the solution for a shrinking job market. Okay, everybody knows it. Right? There's a major shrinking job market right now because the robots are taking everybody's jobs. Everybody's saying get involved in direct sales. Okay. In September, there was a special article in the USA Today, and it said, hey, job security, business for yourself used to be considered risky. Okay. Robert Kiyosaki said, he says, now working for traditional companies become the risky option. Number two, they said number two thing about why direct sales is so great is because you're going to make more money, right? The U.S. Federal Reserve shows that an average household's net worth for entrepreneurs is 5 times more than that of traditionally employed people. I love this information. Okay, the third thing that it says is this, freedom, right? Whenever you're your own boss, guess what? You get to choose when you work, okay? And guess what? How you work and with whom you work, right? You get to discover hidden potentials. Entrepreneurship is a business-beating heartbeat, says Richard Branson, right? And he says, guess what? Entrepreneurship is about capital. It's about ideas. Okay, I love this information. Listen to what they said in that same article. Okay, they said that guess what? It's a second career. Speaking specifically for the baby boomers, right? They want work that reflects their values and identity. They want to make a difference, right? You're sharing, not selling. I love what Jim Cramer says, right? The unbelievable author of Good to Great. He says that you're sharing, not selling, right? And number 7 is guess what, right? That special article in the USA Today said that a life of a greater impact. When you're in business for yourself, you write your own history. You write your own success stories. You write your own legacy. And most importantly, you write your own paycheck. Jeffrey Gitomer said that. So I love what everybody's talking about. Everybody's saying you got to get involved in direct sales. You got to get involved in direct sales. So why direct sales? Let's talk about it, right? Basically, at a job, it works like this, right? It's like work, check, work, check, work, check. And if you work at a job, right, and a robot doesn't take your job, right, in 5 years, you're going to be saying work, check, work, check, work, check. If a robot doesn't take your job in 10 years, you're going to be saying work, check, work, check, work, check. In 20 years, right, only 50% of us are even going to have jobs left. Right, but the ones that do have jobs is going to be this: work, check, work, check, work, check. Right, in 40 years, probably nobody's going to have a job. The robot's going to have a job, so it's not going to be work, check, work, check, work, check. It's going to be like, oh my God, right? Or government help me, right? Somebody save me. But with Secret, it's not at the beginning. You're just building your business, right? So it takes a little bit of time. So instead of work, check, work, check, it looks probably like this when you first get involved: work, check, work, check, right? But if you stay consistent for a 30-day period, it'll start to look like this: work, 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 check, work, 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 check. If you stay consistent over a 9-day period, it'll start to look like work, work, check, work, work, check, work, work, check. But now you're starting to leverage. Now your organization's starting to grow because you're following the Friday Night Leadership, right? You're getting on the Breakfast of Champions calls. You're learning, you're growing, you're developing. You're plugging into the core global system, right? You're paying attention. You're not missing out on what's going on. And now after 90 days, you're seeing work, work, check. But now after 6 months, you're going to start seeing check, 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 work, check, 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 work, check, 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 work. And after a year, you stay focused and you keep on keeping on. Now it's going to be this: check, 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 work, check, 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 work. And that's what we're doing here. That's why I love this information. That's the reason why. So I love what Jim Rohn said. He says, work. Don't quit your job today. Okay. Now some of you are like, hey, robot already took my job, man. Then if a robot already took your job, then guess what, right? You might have had to quit your job, but guess what? He says work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. I love that. I love this information. I'm so fired up. And people say, okay, I get it, Tim, direct sales is obviously the way to go. But why skincare? Well, the U.S. Census Bureau defined, and the biggest reason why is because of baby boomers and the impact that they're having, right? Because they control all the wealth, right? I mean, baby boomers were born between January, basically 1st, 1946 and December 31st, 1964. Okay, until 2030, every day, 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65. Okay, baby boomers make up 1/3 of the population and control 70% of the wealth. Okay, the anti-aging market boosted by the baby boomers, okay, population, because they're nearing the retirement age. Guess what? Right, in the next 2 years, is going to be worth almost $200 billion alone. Just the anti-aging part of it. Okay, this is why I love this information. And as you look at it, they've reshaped every industry, right? If we had a time portal and we could go back to 1950s, we're going to get involved in something that pertained to babies. Why? Because all these baby boomers are going to be born. In the 60s, it was about the food industry, McDonald's, pizza, Wendy's. And then guess what, right? Then it was the automobile industry. Then it was, guess what? Real estate in the 80s, right? And construction, right? In the 80s and 90s, right? When they were buying homes. And then what, right? The refi, what happened with that mortgage industry. But right now they're in, guess what? Now they're turning 65 years old. Guess what? They want to look younger. That's the reason why I love this information. But I want to talk more about the skincare industry, not just pertaining to baby boomers, but I want it to pertain to everybody. Right? This is big, right? This was in health.com. There was a gentleman by the name of Jerry Tran, right? Jerry Tan. He's an MD, a dermatologist at the University of Western Ontario, and he said a bad complexion can be a psychologically devastating, right? At a critical point in human development, where self-image and confidence are being established. So people are concerned about their complexion. Let's talk a little bit about it. I love this, right? This was a study done by the British Skin Foundation on teens and with acne. This right here is devastating, absolutely devastating. Okay, 1 in 5 teens has contemplated suicide as a result of their acne. 56%, okay, the people that were surveyed, okay, had been victims of verbal abuse at the hands of their friends and family because of their acne. Verbal abuse. But listen to this. This right here hurts my heart. This right here hurts my heart. More than 10% of those with acne reported being physically abused by bullies because of their acne. We have a chance to be able to make an impact on people's lives, man, make a difference. Here's what's going on with the skincare industry. Over $300 billion is spent on skincare and the beauty industry alone. Now that Secret's, gone into, guess what, nutrition? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's huge, right? I mean, I got the orange. I got my orange. I took my orange. Boom, boom. I got my orange slurp this morning, right when I woke up. I love the products. Okay, in 2014, over 90 million Americans purchased anti-aging products, 1/3 of the population. Average people today are spending $80 to $100 a month on skincare. Simply, people want to look good, right? They want to feel good. They want to look young, right? I mean, you see it all the time, right? People want to look, and what are they doing, right? To look younger, right? You can go, you can go to a doctor's office and have him pull out a knife and slice you up. Nobody wants to do that, right? You go to the doctors and they can inject you with a bunch of needles. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to get stuck with needles or get cut open with a knife. What do they want? We have recovered products. We have the Green Line, man. We got products to be able to help people out so they don't have to get under the knife. They don't have to get stabbed with a bunch of needles and stuff with the Botox and all this crazy baloney that's going on. Look at what's happening. This is why you want to get involved in the skincare industry. Okay, all the billion-dollar companies, guess what? They all have a skincare line except for one, and that company doesn't pay out but 30%, so they don't even pay out real money. So let's take a look at this. I love this information. I love what's going on here, okay? This is big. I want you to pay attention, okay? This is what's happening, right? And I know this is the time for Secret, okay? And this is the biggest thing, right? A lot of you have already gotten started in Secret, but maybe you haven't upgraded yet, right? You haven't upgraded to a Pro Pack, right? Or you haven't upgraded to a Pro Pack yet. Guess what? It's time to do that, man. Why? Because we have highly demonstratable wow factor products. Agents don't have to give the entire product away to be able to make a sale. We can just demonstrate the products. I've seen companies out there where people have to give their entire products away. I've been in those companies, for crying out loud. We got the Dead Sea Healing properties, and the story behind that, we have products manufactured by L'Oreal, the largest manufacturing product company of skincare giant, 25 billion plus. We have the core global system right now that's changing people's lives. We have low monthly costs for replenishment services, right, to remain active. We got new age compensation plan. We build a customer base not all internal consumption, really get outside customers. This is exciting. Okay, another major reason is because we have a proven brand. Okay, with 100 billion in sales worldwide. You look at these different kiosks. I love this information. Look at some of these kiosks. I mean, these are beautiful, right? You look at these, right? You look at these kiosks. I love this information, right? I mean, it's unbelievable, man. You see what Secret's been able to do in the shopping mall. But here's the biggest thing: is a family that you can trust. To me, that's everything, right? I've been in this industry for 21 years, and I've met some owners of companies that are absolutely just terrible human beings. And many of you have never been involved in this industry before. I can just tell you, when I met the family behind Secret, I got a chance to be able to look Isaac Ben Shabbat in the eyes, and I got to be able to meet the family. I said to myself, man, you know what? This is a family that I want to align myself with. I love this family. I love this community. I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of it. And I know what you're thinking. I love this information, but we have to take this information and run with it. Okay. And let me just tell you guys, I want to give you the big picture, right? The power of two, right? Understand, right? We got our 10 to 15% building the distribution network, but watch this, right? We talk about the power of two. I love this information. Okay. Is you start to introduce a business to a couple people, and it goes 2, 4, 8, 6, you start to grow these distribution. We're building 2 teams here, right? If you did that, that'd be over 8,000 agents just by duplicating that. But let's take a look at this. I love this information. What does it look like? If you build a team of 10 agents that all had 10 monthly VIP customers and a team of 20 agents had 10 VIP monthly customers, guess what, right? You're making $900 a month residual income. Not too shabby, right? But guess what? If your team's got up to 100 and 200 agents that did the same job, you're making $9,000 a month. What would you do with extra $9,000 a month? Would that help you out? You better believe it. Now, guess what? What if your teams grew to 1,000 agents and 2,000 agents? They got that same job done. You're over making $90,000 a month residual income. You'll be excited when the robots come take your job, right? You're like, thank God, right? Because I'm making $90,000 a month because I paid attention, because I stepped up, because I got committed, because I followed the core global system, because I made a commitment that says, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to step up. I'm going to get the job done. Over, under, through. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to make it happen. How bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to make it happen? How bad do you want to change your family tree forever? How bad do you want to be able to do something special, do something great? Right now is the time. Right now is the time for you to make a commitment that says, this is it, right? This is my chance to be special. This is my chance to be great. Over, under, through. I'm going to pay attention. I'm never going to miss a Friday Night Leadership. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get people started. I'm going to build my distribution network. Make sure I plug them into the system. Make sure that they follow the proven plan of action. That's the attitude and mindset of a champion. But I want to move forward because I love this information, okay? We got something very special right now. Okay, listen to this, okay? Miss Alyssa Jordan right now is going to share with you some of the most exciting information. When I got an opportunity to be able to meet Miss Jordan, I heard so many great things about her. Obviously, I saw what she was able to accomplish, right, getting started in an industry right away, and what her and her husband were able to do together by just locking arms and saying, hey, let's build this together. Let's make it happen together. And I got the opportunity a few years back to be able to meet her, and I said to myself, man, this is someone that's special. This is somebody that has a passion and a desire to be able to help people change their lives, that has a passion and desire to be able to help people succeed, to be able to help people live their goals and dreams. This person has a passion, right, for excellence. She has a passion to do what's right, to be able to live a life of integrity. And I'm telling you right now, you have an opportunity of a lifetime right now in your fingertips to be able to get mentored, to be able to get trained by an individual that knows exactly what it takes to win, exactly what it takes to be able to succeed, and exactly what it's going to take for you to be able to make your goals and dreams become a reality. But the biggest question is this: when I get people started, what are we going to do? She's going to walk you through it, how to get started the right way. So without any further delay, without any further ado, I'm so fired up and excited to be able to get an opportunity to be able to introduce you to the one and only Miss Alyssa Jordan. Thanks for dialing in, and thanks for joining us here tonight for Friday Night Leadership.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tim Herr, and I absolutely loved everything that you were saying. I mean, it's crazy. When I first got involved in this industry, Mr. Herr, I didn't know all the things that you just explained to us. I didn't know about the AI and how they're literally taking over the world right now and how so many jobs are going to be lost. I didn't know the value of network marketing and what it could bring to people. So I really appreciate you breaking that down for us, because even now, after being in the industry for a few years, it's good to see this information, because sometimes we get caught up in the daily tasks of running our business, and we forget the real importance of the reason why this industry is around. So, man, I learned so much about all of that, Mr. Herr. So I just really appreciate you taking time to talk a little bit on Friday Night Leadership. I do definitely want to talk about getting started, because I'm I'm a firm believer, because of the fact that I got started in the industry more recently than you. I mean, I'm a firm believer that getting started and choosing the right pack really does make a difference. And so I remember when I first said yes to the industry, and I remember the pack that I chose, and I'm going to tell you kind of the things that went through my head so that maybe you guys can relate a little bit. So obviously, you know, in Secret, we have 3 different packages. We have the $249, the $549, and the $16.99. It's just like when you open up a tire shop. What's the first thing you need when you open up a tire shop? You need tires, right? What's the first thing that you need when you open up a McDonald's? Well, you need a cash register, you need burgers, you need buns. Exactly. So starting your business, you have to have the proper tools to be able to start and run your business. The 249 pack is perfect for customers. It's not the package for anyone who wants to really earn income. It doesn't get you towards superstar eligibility, but here's one thing that it does. If you want to be a compensated customer and you're like, hey, I love the product, I want to try the 5 products, but I don't mind referring a couple people to the product here and there, that's a great product to start with. The second package is perfect for business builders. This is a package that is for the people who really want to build a business and really be successful. And it actually gives you enough volume to become superstar eligible, which we're going to talk about in a second, right off the bat. So I love that package. But here's the best package. I mean, you probably don't know this if you're on the phone and you're very new right now, but when you start on the professional pack, you actually are paid as a bronze agent. So it's perfect for professional business builders. It's perfect for anyone who really wants to maximize their income. It makes you superstar eligible, and you earn 50% higher team commissions, 25% higher customer commissions, and you earn a 20% check match in the first 12 weeks. So I absolutely love that product package. Now here's the thing. When I first got involved in the industry, I saw the $549 pack, and I was like, hey, you know, I don't have the money right now for the $16.99 pack. I don't have that. I had $700 left on a credit card to my name. So here's what I did. I actually started on the $549 pack, and I upgraded to the $16.99 pack. So let's talk a little bit about this. So the $249 pack, that gives you, you know, when you start somebody on the $249 pack, you actually get paid out a couple different bonuses. If you're an active or you're a star agent, you get a $20 bonus. Now, once you hit the position of superstar, that bonus actually doubles to $40. Same thing with the WOW set. So you start somebody on the WOW set, you get a $50 bonus. Wow, that's amazing. It's right off the bat, right? It's instant credibility. Hey, you know what? I got somebody started. I saw the income. But here's the thing. If you hit the position of superstar, you get a $100 bonus. So it doubles. Same thing with the professional pack, 150 versus 300. So here's the real value of hitting superstar, and really the reason why most people like to upgrade their packs so they have those minimum qualifications, but also because it duplicates within their team. So let's talk a little bit about this. So when you get started, let's say you start 2 people on the WOW set, you get a $50 bonus for each of those people that you started. Now, when you have been started on the $549 pack, you actually have 300 in team personal volume. So you have enough to be superstar qualified. You enroll 2 personally enrolled agents each at the WOW set, like I just explained. You get $50 bonus for each of those. Now, if you do it within your first 28 days, you actually get a $200 superstar bonus, a $200 superstar bonus just for doing it in your first 28 days. Now, the goal is 24 to 48 hours. And this is why, because it's easier to do things fast than it is to do things slow. You know, you remember when your mom told you to clean your room and you went in your room and you got distracted because your Xbox was there, you started to play with a couple toys, or you saw your Barbie dolls underneath the bed and you started to comb their hair, you get a little bit distracted, and guess what? She comes in, she gets mad at you, she says, Alyssa, why aren't you finished cleaning your room? Well, because you got distracted, because you were taking your time. It's way easier to do things fast than it is to do things slow. If you go in your room, you have a mission, you pick up your clothes, you pull down the blinds, you make your bed, you fold your laundry, everything is done quickly. It's easier to do things fast than it is to do things slow. So our goal with Core Global System is to be able to allow you to hit this position within your first 24 to 48 hours. So here's a fast track to Royale. You guys may not even know this, man. I didn't know this when I first got involved in Secret, but there's actually a superstar builder bonus. So if you get $100 bonus for every new superstar that hits superstar within 28 days if you're in their open line Royale support line. And basically what that means is, let's say you have a team, you just hit the position of Royale and there's no Royales on your team. Every single person that hits superstar within their first 28 days, you actually get a $100 bonus just for helping them to hit the position of superstar. Now, why is that important? Because it adds that credibility. Once again, you have faith in the business, you have faith in the process, you fall in love with the process, and you absolutely get the results. So let's move forward. So let's talk a little bit about this. So once you hit the position of Royale, every single person that hits that position, look at all this income on the table right now. And it's like if you had $20,000 of income sitting on your coffee table at home, and somebody walked in and said, "Oh wow, Alyssa, there's $20,000 on a coffee table right here." Are you going to say, "Oh my gosh, yeah, there is 20,000, man, I wish I could get it"? Or are you going to step up? Are you going to walk over the table and are you going to take all 20,000? I guarantee you that you're going to take all 20,000 unless you're really, really silly and you may just take 1 or 2 or 3,000. So that's what's so amazing about getting to the position of Royale, because once you get this position, you have so much income on the table to be able to help people reach their ranks and get it and really reap the benefits. So I love all of this stuff. It's amazing. So position of Royale, very, very simple to hit that position, you guys. 5,000 in volume on your left side, 5,000 in volume on your right side. And here's the great thing about the secret compensation plan. You're actually able to promote other people on your team to help you promote in rank. So if you have a star on one side of your business and a star on the other side of your business, and then you have 5,000 in overall volume in each of those legs, you're actually going to have the position of Royale right at the fingertips. And you get a one-time bonus of $500. And that's exactly where your dream car bonus starts to come in. Every position after the position of Royale, you actually increase in your dream car bonus. It's an amazing, amazing thing. So you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, I see the plan. I see the plan for a superstar. I see the plan for a Royale, but how do I gain this volume? How does it work? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the volume works. So it's a 4-week rolling compensation plan, and this is the best thing I've ever seen in the industry. You know, I was in a previous company, and our volume actually all went away at the end of every single month, and we had to start over from scratch. And I was almost like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You know, I've worked so hard now it's all gone. Listen to what Secret has done for us. Listen to what this amazing company has been able to do to help us reach our ranks and hit our goals and help other people hit our goals. So it's a 4-week rolling cycle. So let's talk a little bit about this. You start out, you know, your first week in the business. You have 500 in volume. Let's say you get a couple customers and you start yourself. The second week, you know, that second 7 days, you have 1,000 in volume in your business. The third week, you have 2,500 in your business. The fourth week, you have 3,000 in your business. So that is a total 4-week volume of 7,000 in volume. Now that's a really, really great week, but here's what happens. So most of the time in most companies, they say, okay, great. You did a great week. Now you get to start over. Now that's not what Secret does. So look at this. Look how incredible this is. Instead of all 4 weeks going away and you having to start from scratch like traditional corporate America, if you guys know what I mean, you actually have week 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be able to add to your entire 4-week rolling cycle. Is this amazing? So now your next 4-week rolling cycle is 8,000 in volume. Once you get to week 6, your week 2 drops off, but you still have 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that's 14,000 in overall volume. This is amazing. The pay period deadline for each week is Sunday night at 11:59 Pacific time zone. So you want to make sure that you're entering all customer orders, upgrades, and new applications before each pay period deadline, so that you can make sure to maximize your volume within each week. So you know, one thing that I didn't know a lot about when I first got involved in the industry of network marketing, and really what I wasn't taught is how to successfully build your organization. And luckily, in the Core Global system, we have a very simple, duplicatable process to allow you and your new distributors to have faith in the system. The great thing with the binary, and that is what Secret is that we only build 2 teams, very, very simple. But you're probably thinking, okay, where do the people on these teams go? So let's talk a little bit about it. You get somebody started, they put their first 2 individuals on the leg that they got sponsored in, okay? So they put their first 2 people directly underneath them. Now, their 3rd, 4th, and 5th people, they're going to build their inside leg. So remember, this is just 2 teams. So you can see this person that's in blue that says you. Let's say that's you. You put your first 2 people in your shared leg. You put 3, 4, 5 in your pay leg. Then you get another person. Your sponsor gets another person. Guess where they put that person. They put it underneath you because that's their second person, right? So they put it in the shared leg. And then guess what? They put their 1, 2 on that leg and they go 3, 4, 5 on the other. So if you guys see the build out that's going to be experiencing, that your teams are going to be experiencing here is absolutely amazing because they're going to see the volume. Now let's talk about it again. So there's 1, 1, 2. You go 1, 1, 2. Right? So your first 2 people are going in your inside leg. So you can see in the yellow right here, these are actually somebody on your other side of the business. They're going to put their first 2 people in the shared leg, 3, 4, 5 in the pay leg. Same thing again, first 2 people in the shared leg, 3, 4, 5 in the pay leg. So very, very simple system, you guys. I absolutely love everything that the Core Global system is doing. You know, it's really, really important that we make sure that we're working together on a daily basis. We make sure that we're really fully taking advantage of the Core Global system. And I absolutely love everything that Mr. Tim Herr was saying because it just made too much sense to me. I now know why the industry of relationship marketing is important. You know, and now after taking a look at all the information and knowing how, you know, how you get started makes all the difference in your success path and how you create superstars and how you hit the position of Royale and how you successfully build a business, all of that really helped me be successful and get to where I am today. And so the last thing that I think is one of the most important things that we all make sure that we take heed in understanding and making sure that we have our notes and pens out right now is promoting events, because my mentor always tells me you build from event to event. So what a perfect person to talk a little bit about promoting events than AJ Jordan. You know, somebody who, when I first met him, I was blown away. I actually saw him speak on stage, speak on stage in front of about 600-700 people, and not everyone had this reaction, but when I saw him speak on stage, I said, wow, I'm going to marry that guy. But what he was talking about was promoting events, and this is something that he is so passionate about, and really that's going to take your business to the next level. So 10 years of experience in the industry, helped multiple people become successful, but really more than anything, he absolutely has a heart of gold, and he's a complete servant leader. So I'm going to go ahead and let him talk a little bit about promoting events.
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm so ecstatic about everything that we're currently learning right now when it comes to this business. I know Mr. Tim just really just laid it all out there on the line to help everybody understand the value, of Secret. And of course, you as well, you really laid it out on the line, Miss Alyssa. Talking about, how to get started, because everybody wants to know. They're always curious, why Secret? Why did people choose Secret? And they're always curious, how to get out of line and get started, because everybody wants to get started. And they want to get started and they want to become a massive success in the business. But then the number one question they ask is, what do they do after they get started? You see, this business is all about promoting events. And I was told the person that promotes events the best makes the most money. The person that promotes the events the best, guess what? They end up becoming the most successful. They end up helping the most people. They end up saving the most lives. They end up living out their dreams and their goals, ladies and gentlemen. They end up getting out of line. And guess what? They're not becoming average. Why? Because average comes with the body. They're stepping out of line and they're becoming above average, because it's not what you do, in your 9 to 5, but it's what you do from your 5 to your 9. And so everybody's fired up about promoting events. So I want to definitely dive into this information and let you guys know that out of all the topics I've ever learned, out of all the trainings I've ever been to, every single time, I've seen the promoting events training. It makes a lot of sense, because I know that if you learn how to promote events, this is an essential tool. This is an essential training that if you implement every single thing that you see from promoting events, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you these are going to be the facts that you're going to be able to use to help people attend events with you, help people attend events in the process to obviously, getting started with the Secret opportunity. But I want to share with you guys one thing that my mentor told me, and it made 1,000,000% of the difference at the way, we actually see success today. He says, you don't want to promote to recruit. He says, you don't want to promote events to recruit. He says, you want to recruit to promote for events. So here's what this means. You don't want to just, promote events just to recruit, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to promote events just to recruit. See, we want to do more than that. He says, this is what you got to do. You got to build your business big enough. You got to promote events big enough so you have enough people following you as well to also recruit for the next impending event. And when I figured that information out, it made a lot of sense. And it just makes so much sense right now that we're going to dive into it. So obviously we got to understand, here are some recruiting tips, ladies and gentlemen, the 8 recruiting tips That obviously makes 100% of the difference. Here's one thing that my mentor said. He says, you can't say the right things to the right person, and you can't say the wrong things to the right person. It's so important because here's the thing. You just got to say something. Saying something, ladies and gentlemen, is better than saying nothing at all. It's better than being cautious. You see, because the more that you say, ladies and gentlemen, the more that they judge. Number two, the less that you say, ladies and gentlemen, the less they judge. You want to put yourself in a position, ladies and gentlemen, to follow the scripts. Where do those scripts come from? If you've ever been to the launch document, all the scripts to write on the launch document, that is the language that you should use. Just like there's Rosetta Stone if you want to learn Spanish. You know what? If you want to learn how to make money in the Core Global System, then guess what? You got to go to coreglobalsystem.com, and all the scripts are going to be found in the document section, right? Where? Guess what? Found in the document section. You're going to find it on the launch document, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many different scripts. You have the edification, you have the text messaging script, you have the inviting script, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very, very, very important that we get out of our comfort zone and we got to master it. Number three, people will be impressed by your height of enthusiasm rather than the depth of your knowledge. Do you hear that? People will be impressed by the height of your enthusiasm about your excitement and the depth of your knowledge. People don't care how much you know. They care about how fired up you are. I mean, last night we had an amazing event out in Baton Rouge Marketplace, and it was simply amazing because everybody was so fired up. Everybody was so passionate about getting started because everybody was excited. Nobody knew anything about the business, but they knew that, hey, these people are fired up about something, so I need to get started. I need to lock arms with them. Number four, successful inviting is based on timing, not talent. It's based on timing, not talent, ladies and gentlemen. So we gotta understand it's all about timing. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how successful you've been. It doesn't matter, you know what? It doesn't matter, you know what? It doesn't matter what? How great of a speaker you are or how good looking you look. Listen, it's all about timing, not talent. Timing, not talent. Successful inviting is based on timing. So you got to learn how to do these things the proper way, ladies and gentlemen. I love this information so much. Number five, you want to spend 1 minute with 100 people, not 100 minutes with one person. You want to spend 1 minute with 100 people, not 100 minutes with one person. I hear so many people every single day. They're fired up more than ever before, but they're water hosing. You're supposed to give these people a shot of water. All of us have taken shots on here if you're over 21. Especially if you're over 21. All of us have taken some type of shot, right? Well, here's the thing. Listen, you don't want to drink the whole bottle of tequila, ladies and gentlemen. You just want a shot. Why? Because the whole bottle of tequila is a little overwhelming. And you know what? Telling them all about the business is overwhelming as well. So you got to spend 1 minute with 100 people, not 100 minutes with one person. Number six, professional sort. Amateurs convince. There's no time right now to even be worried about, convincing people to get started. See, if you got to convince them to start from the starting line, you're going to have to convince them to cross the finish line. And you know what? This isn't a convincing business. This is relationship marketing. And what you got to do during that, you got to learn that professional sort in the midst of it all. So you got to become a professional sorter. If you're looking for 4 aces in a 52 deck of cards, then guess what you got to do? You got to look for the 4 aces. You're not worried about convincing a 2 that they're an ace. The 2 is a 2. The ace is an ace. Look for the aces and get fired up, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell the whole story, ladies and gentlemen. Stories sell the facts. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, it's all about facts. People love facts, ladies and gentlemen. People also love stories. Stories are the name of the game. And the stories that you got to learn the successful stories. You got to learn the stories that are going to be able to help people relate to who they are as people, ladies and gentlemen. I love this information so much. Number 8, SW, 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 SWN. Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Who's next? So what? Who's next? This is very important for us to understand, ladies and gentlemen, because listen here. Here, we got to understand that everybody's not going to be fired up about changing their life. Everybody's not going to be fired up about changing their life. Some people are going to be negative. Some people are going to be skeptical. Somebody's going to be, hopeful. All that matters, ladies and gentlemen, is that we continue to expose people to the business because you never know who's going to get started unless you expose them. Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? Who's next? Simple as that. I love this information. This information is amazing. The most important thing that we got to do is we got to attack our list, ladies and gentlemen. We got to understand that we talked about all these scripts. The scripts are amazing. The 24 to 40 hour script is simply amazing because we use this every single day. We can text or call this, but I love it the most because it's all about texting. It's all about texting today. This is the business partner script. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I'm working on this big project right now. I just wanted to call you first because I know you like to make money. And you got to wait because we're here to collect a decision. Do you have a minute? We're decision collecting. If they say yes, listen, I'm about to walk into a meeting right now, but I wanted to send you a text first. When's as soon as we can get together in the next 24 to 48 hours? When is as soon as we can get together in the next 24 to 48 hours? This is simple. The scripts are here, ladies and gentlemen. We're teaching you all the right things to becoming professional promoters. Promoters, not announcers. Promoters. If they say no, okay, great then. When's as soon as we can get together in the next 24 to 48 hours? We're here to collect a decision. We are here to collect a decision. Nothing more, nothing less. You got to be a professional decision collector. Be a collector of decisions. Be a collector of decisions. The better you are at collecting a yes or a no, the better you are at being able to sort through the process. Customer scripts, I love this information so much. Hi, do you have a minute? Wait for a response because we're collecting what? Decisions. Do you have a minute? What's the decision? Yes or no? Wait for it. Can you do me a huge favor? You got to always say huge because, listen, if it's huge, you got to put emphasis on huge. Everybody pays attention. Do me a huge personal favor. I'm so excited. I just started a new business called Secret. I'm looking forward to being I'm looking forward to being able to, retire my mom. You know what? Pay for my kids' tuition. That's why I got started in Secret here. I'm a few customers away from my first promotion. You know what? I have a skincare or skin health product that, it's all derived from minerals from the Dead Sea with a 100% money back guarantee. 100% money back guarantee. And this is what it helped me with. It helped me with my sleep it helped me with my sleep if you're using the night. It helped me with my energy if you're using the day. And it gets you so fired up, ladies and gentlemen, to understand the value of what we have. The value of what we have using these scripts. Could you do me a huge personal favor? Would you do me a favor and, give it a try for 30 days? And if they ask questions, pass them, get them on the phone with your upline about the product. But if not, if your upline's not present, then send in the product video and make sure that they take a look at the information on the app. This is a simple process. We got scripts, ladies and gentlemen. Everything in life is scripted. Listen, they're even showing they're building robots right now, and they're putting scripts in the robots so robots know what to say. Can you believe that? Check this out. Chase Bank today. We go inside of Chase Bank, and do you know that there's 2 tellers and 7 machines? What happened to 11 tellers in the ATM machines outside? What happened to that? Jobs are becoming more scarce, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta act on this stuff. If we don't use these scripts, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Somebody else is going to use the scripts and going to become successful. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to be left in the dirt and out of a job. That's scary, man. I love this information. Calling scripts is very important. The goal is to collect a decision. Here's the formula for collecting decisions, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be in a hurry. We're always in a hurry. Hey, how's it going? No, nobody cares how it's going. Hey, listen, you got a minute. We only want to know if you got a minute because we got to be in a hurry. We got to show value. Show value on who you're working with, what you're doing, right? Value on who you're working with and what you're doing, right? And how big the project is, right? And then listen, if somebody's too big to do the little things or too small to worry about the big things, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take it away from them. Here's option 1 for a BLM. Hey, you, what are you up to right now, Jeff? Wait for the response. Be able to collect a decision. Listen, listen right now. I'm about to walk into an appointment, but I want to ask you something. If I found a way for us to make a fortune, with an app within the next 6 to 12 months, would you be open to knowing about it? Wait for a decision. Collect a decision before you go on. Listen. Well, what is it about? Listen. Hey, pay attention. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm working with some people right now that are very, very successful. And I'm actually sitting down with them in the next 5 minutes. Let's get together at 7:30 tomorrow at the Hyatt. 7:30 tomorrow at the Hyatt. I need you to be there. Just dress sharp. You could be there, right? Wait for a response. If they say yes, you say, hey, you know what? See you there at this time, at this place. And if they say no, and they have a question, well, what is it about? Listen, I really don't have time to explain because I'm headed into an appointment, like I said. Do you want to get together or not? Do you want to know more information or not? Do you want to get together or not? Do you want to know more information or not? Well, I just don't know. Listen. Option number 2, after using the first one. Hey, listen. Hey, you, listen. If you're not serious, listen. And when you want to know more, I'll try to make some time for you. But right now, I have other people that I need to call that are serious about learning some more about what I'm doing. And I have to call them within the next 30 seconds, so I got to go. Don't be afraid to hang up the phone and call them back at a later date. Because right now it's all about sorting. It's all about the process, ladies and gentlemen, and being more fired up about sorting. Sorting, not selling. Sorting, not selling. Sorting, not selling. We got to be able to sort, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we get better. Let me tell you guys about promoting events. You want to be a promoter versus an announcer. Promoters promote, announcers announce. Nobody likes announcing. Let's get ready to rumble. That's an announcer. Promoting is Don King, highest paid promoter out there on the block, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about an announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody wants to do that right now. Listen, an announcer selects all their contacts in their phone and sends out a mass text message hoping that people are going to attend, telling prospects you can come to the next event if you're not available. And they're ignored on every form of communication. We don't want to be an announcer. We want to pick up the phone and give that personal touch because people are not personal anymore. If you want to help somebody become personally successful, then you know what you got to do? You got to put a personal touch on the business, pick up your personal cell phone, dial the person's number, and guess what? You got to get fired up about the whole process, ladies and gentlemen. I love this information because we got to be fired up about sorting, and promoting events. I love this information. Promoters. What do the promoters do? Look at Don King. Promoters know that they're getting ready to promote something big. They know that something big is about to happen. They're always building up the suspense about everything happening in a marketplace. Listen, they call and they send personalized text. They post on social media, but they're very vague. They're not posting pictures of everything. They're not hey, listen, something big is about to happen. And if I call you, you need to be ready to answer because something big's about to happen. Listen, they make it non-negotiable to register for all events. Non-debatable, non-negotiable, non-debatable, non-negotiable, non-debatable, non-negotiable, non-debatable. Do you hear that? Non-negotiable. Listen, this is your life. Get out of line. This is your life right now. We're talking about becoming successful. We're talking about being out of our jobs. We're talking about financial independence. It's all attached to being non-negotiable, non-debatable. See, you listen, it's non-negotiable for you to go to school, but guess what? It should be non-negotiable for your dreams and goals. What's the difference between the two? If it's non-negotiable for you to go to school as a kid, as an adult, it's non-negotiable for you to live out your dreams and your goals. What's the difference? There is no objection that a promoter can't overcome. There's no objection. Listen, you got to be there. Well, I got kids. Listen, you always have had kids. Don't let that stop you from, a lifetime of change. Don't let that stop you from a lifetime of change. Listen, hey, you know what? I don't know about tonight. I'm getting off of work a little late. And listen, when the game was on, you were showing up to the bar to go see the Cleveland Cavaliers lose. You were showing up. You were driving as quick as you could. Oh, you were showing up late. You were showing up to make sure that, you know what, the Real Housewives of New York were coming on. And what's stopping you now? This is your life. There's no objection that a promoter can't overcome. And also, promoters make the most money. That's why people get involved in network marketing. They say, hey, number one is to make money. Number two is to have time freedom. Number three is to have their family. Number four is to travel the world. We got to think about this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Number five, you got to be charged up. You got to be fired up as a promoter. If you're not fired up and you're not charged up right now and getting ready to spike your phone like a football, then I don't know what to tell you. Because right now I'm fired up. Okay? These are the types of events that we got to learn how to promote. Breakfast of Champions calls, that's important. One-on-ones, that's important. People that you got to promote for that, or else they're not going to show up. You got to add value, ladies and gentlemen. Wow parties, those are important. BOMs, very, very important. Those VIP events, business opportunity meetings, Friday night leaderships, FNL right now. You were listen, somebody promoted that you should be on this call. Somebody promoted for you to be right here on this training right now. It's important, ladies and gentlemen. CCon. If you don't have your CCon registration, how serious are you about your business? How serious are you about? My mentor told me, listen, you never want to miss an event that you're qualified to attend. You never miss an event that you're qualified to attend. And if you're in this business, you're qualified to attend this CCon event. And it's going to be one of the biggest events, August the 24th through the 27th. Right now is no excuse why you shouldn't have your ticket right now. There's no excuse. If you're in the business within the last 60 days, the ticket's $99. You should be there. You should be there. You should be aggressively trying to find a way or make a way to get there. If you're in El Paso, you're within driving distance. If you're in Texas, you're within driving distance. If you're within the United States of America, you're within driving distance. Listen, there's no excuse why you should not be able to get there to live out your dreams. This is important. I love this information, okay? The secret to promoting events, you got to be charged up, non-negotiable, non-debatable. Non-negotiable, non-debatable. There it is again. It came up twice. That means it's important 2 times more. Okay? Always be in the front row and be the first to register. Lead by example. We judge by results. Lead by example. Lead by example. If you don't have the results, get registered first. You're going to get the results after you register. Let people know if they don't register, the event will be sold out, and they'll be 6 months behind. If they don't register, the event will be sold out, and they'll be 6 months behind. You give birth to new leaders at all events. You give birth to the new leaders. I remember when my wife, Alyssa, when she went to her first event, before she went, she was negative. She was skeptical. But after she saw what was going on, she was like, oh, my gosh, this is bigger than I thought. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than anything I've ever been a part of, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, I want to tell you guys right now, this is it. This is your chance. This is your chance to give birth to new leaders at events. This is your chance to tell stories about events. This is your chance to build your business from event to event. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, to pick up new agents every single week and get them to these events. This is your chance to make bold statements from these events. Listen, if you don't go to this event, you're going to be 6 months behind. If you don't go to this event, I don't know if you're going to make it if you don't go. Be honest with them, because all the events you got to be there, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be there, or what? You be there. You're not there. You're not there. You don't get the information. You don't know what's going on. This is bigger than a living room opportunity. This is bigger than an iPhone opportunity. This is bigger than your laptop opportunity. This event is huge. You got to be there. Never miss an event. Okay? Why do we promote events? Events will show people that secret's bigger than a living room opportunity. Events builds belief in secret and shows that the system produces results on a day-to-day basis. Every day. Events bring people together, and it creates a bond to empower people. People who are just like you, ladies and gentlemen. Events will increase the knowledge, of the product, and the events will change your team, and it will get your team charged up and fired up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, why do we promote events? This is a Hot Wheel track runner. The Hot Wheel track runners, ladies and gentlemen, what are they known to do? They're known to get people fired up. And you know what that is? That's a CCon booster. That's how we're going to boost our momentum, ladies and gentlemen, is when we literally get as many people to CCon as possible. This little gadget spins, and the faster it spins, the faster people are going to be shooting out of CCon. Why? They're going to be coming around the way into the next CCon event, ladies and gentlemen. But all of you guys have got started right now in the Summer of Cash. We're going to make sure that a lot of people get to the CCon event so they can live out their dreams and their goals. Right now is the time. You should be promoting events more than ever before. But right now, we gotta understand that there's a call to action on the table. Right now, there's a call to action. Right now, you want to get everybody rank advanced before pay period deadline to superstar. Rank advanced to pay period before pay period deadline to get to superstar. That's very, very crucial, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, we got to complete your starting 5 in the next 7 days. In the next 5 days. In the next 5 days, we should be getting our starting 5 in the next 5 days of time. You got to complete it. You got to complete that, because you can't start a game in basketball if you don't have your starting 5 in the NBA. If you want to make the big NBA dollars, you're going to have your starting 5. Have your starting 5 ready now. Who do you know that has a network? Who do you know with credibility? Who do you know that has desire? Who do you know that is accountable? Who do you know that has the resources? Who do you know that's teachable? That's NC Dart. You need your starting 5. The people that you would start a business with, if you knew that somebody was massively successful, you would want to start your business with them. That's what we should be doing now. Right now, we should be doing that. We should be starting our businesses with people that can take advantage of this secret opportunity. They can take advantage of it now. Number 3, we got to become E4 certified before pay period deadline. My wife and I, we love this information. We love secrets so much that every single week we work on becoming E4 qualified. Every single week we work on becoming E4 certified. Every single week, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because you want to get in the habit of understanding that the true residual is behind customers. Customers are the name of the game. There's Brondas here in this business, ladies and gentlemen, here with this company that are they're cashing the big checks. They're living the dream lifestyles, but they're becoming E4 certified. Not in a month, but every week. They're becoming E4 certified every week before pay period deadlines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a real business, and we're fired up. And more importantly, you got to register for CCon. That's automatic. There's a hashtag by that. That's automatic. Register for CCon. Register for CCon, not tomorrow, not in an hour, now. Register for CCon right now, ladies and gentlemen.
And I want to let each and every one of you guys know right now. Right now is the time that we got to get up and we got to step up. We got to do something great for our families. Right now is the time that we got to step up. We got to do something great for our team. Right now is the time we got to step up. We got to do something great for the core global system. Right now, you're a part of the core global system, and we know right now that you want to be number one. You are number one. But you know what? You just got to get out of line. Nobody's dreams and goals are more important right now than the people that are taking a look at this vision. Why? Because you chose to be here right now. You made the decision and you said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be average anymore. Average comes with the body. Average comes with the body. Michael Jordan's got 6 rings, 6 championship rings, 6 championship rings right now, ladies and gentlemen. And he's known as the greatest player to walk the face of the earth in the National Basketball Association. Right now, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Nobody's talking about Kobe Bryant. Nobody's talking about LeBron James. Nobody's talking about Tim Duncan. And Tim Duncan and Kobe, they've got 5 rings. They both got 5. They both have 5 rings, ladies and gentlemen. They've got 5 rings. But you know what? They're both skilled, but they're not Michael Jordan. They're not Michael Jordan. What did Michael Jordan do? He did one more thing, ladies and gentlemen. And why am I saying this to you guys right now? Because you want to get out of line. Just because you've got, you're E4 qualified. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's acceptable. But that's average. If you're E4 qualified, that's average. You want to go into the global share pool. You know what? If you're not a superstar right now before pay period deadline, you know what? Pay period deadline, you need to get there. You need to get it done. You need to get it done now. You need to get it done right now. You got to get your starting 5 now. You got to get it done now. Because guess what? Guess what? We got events happening. We got regional events happening right now tomorrow. Right now, the regional event's going to happen tomorrow. And everybody who registers for the regional event, if you're within 3 hours driving distance, you need to drive. If you're beyond that point, you know what you need to do? You need to figure out a way to get in touch with Miss Julie Marshall to get your ticket for the automated registration. You got to get it done, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make any excuses. I'm not going to buy any excuses. You're not going to buy any excuses. You want to win. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to win. Right now, I'm so fired up more than ever before. We're going to take over Secret, ladies and gentlemen. The core global system, we got to be thinking diamond, 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 diamond. Now, diamond, 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 diamond. 41,500 ways right now that we got to be thinking about going diamond, 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 diamond. Right now is the time. We're not going to be average anymore. We're not just going to sit up and just collect our return on investment. We're going to take full advantage of what Secret has to offer. All this $41,000 on the table, and we're just going to get a little bit? No. We need the whole thing. That's why you came here. That's why you wanted to be a part of the core global system, because we're going to take it all. I'm fired up right now, ladies and gentlemen. I know each and every one of you guys are going to take this life to the next level. I'm fired up. You get fired up. Let's all take this to the next level. I'll see you guys next Friday Night Leadership. Let's make it happen more than ever before. Tomorrow's regional is going to be crazy. Let's get this thing going, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.